Hello, people. Good mornings. Another beautiful day. Yep. Hope your five senses work. Health and strength is good or excellent. What? What's up, GPD fans? So, your GPD's getting a little CPU boost, huh? Alright, listen to this. Says your revamped AMD powered gaming handheld will launch by the end of the month. GPD Win 4 upgrade to a Ryzen 7 8840U CPU. Says your new GPD device are set to launch towards the end of the month. Says here, according to the blog post from GPD, some revisions are headed our way later this month for two devices. Make sure I got this covered here. Okay, got it covered. All right, now let's keep rolling. Two devices, the GPD Win 4 and the GPD G1. GPD Win 4 will mainly receive a higher space Ryzen 7 8840U processor versus its current 7840U. But besides adding some AI hardware, the CPU should perform nearly identically. The move to upgrade GPD Win 4 with Ryzen 7 8840U also aligns with GPD state plans to do so back in December. The original blog post from GPD primarily focused on changes coming up from GPD G1, which is the GPD lightweight external CPU. The new GPD G1 revision will support higher refresh rate over HDMI and 65 watts charging through USB 4, and it will include a physical power switch for toggling between a silent 60 watt TGP mode and a balanced 100 watt TGP mode. According to GPD, 5 watt bump to USB 4/Thunderbolt 4 charging port on the GPD G1 was so that the device could appropriately charge specific device with higher power demands like certain Microsoft Surface and Lenovo laptop models. The watt bump to USB 4/Thunderbolt 4 charging port on GPD G1 allows the device to charge specific device with higher power demand appropriately, like certain Microsoft Surface and Lenovo laptop models. In any case, these charges should make the GPD G1 much better for gaming on the go, particularly with the addition of a silent mode of slightly less demanding titles or battery powered consumption. Then it says here, meanwhile, the news of the GPD Win 4 revision bumping the Ryzen 7 7840U to a Ryzen 7 8840U is mostly expected. Both CPUs use the same Radeon 780M iGPU power that the Asus ROG Ally AENEO Flip DS and other high-end PC handhelds that outstrip the Steam Deck in raw power and price, bearing the additional onboard AI hardware somehow being leveraged by FSR upscaling updates. The Ryzen 7 8840U is unlikely to impact gaming performance versus the 7840U. Comparing to the more conventional gaming focused PC handheld from other vendors, the GPD Win 4 is unique because it also leverages a full pull-out keyboard alongside its gamepad controls. The GPD Win 4 also offers an optical finger mouse on the right hand side of the device which is functionally similar to the Steam Deck trackpad, but much more compact. These aspects make it appropriate for some on-the-go compute and could even be used in gaming communication or hotkey for those who like putting extra buttons to work. There are some extra programmable back buttons too. In other words, this month's the Win 4 Ryzen 7 8840U revision should be a welcome change to the 6-inch GPD Win 4, just not a significant bump to the spec if you already have a 7840U Win 4. Alright, so that's the end of the article. So basically, they just up the CPU speed a little bit, for like better performance when it comes to the GPD. Still have the sliding keyboard, and they got still got a 6-inch display, but from based off what I just read, I thought they should maybe they need to go like 8 inches, you know, go 8 inch with the GPD Win 4, you know, and go on from there. But you know, a little bump in CPU speed, you know, it's just to like, you know, keep up with the times of video games. You know, it's kind of like what Valve did with the Steam Deck. Came out with the first 3 LCD models, you know, and got all the feedbacks that they need, and then you know, the users communicated with Valve communicated back with the users, and then they brought the OLED model to the forefront with HDR combined. So yeah, so GPD is trying to do the same, you know, by upping their CPU a little bit, you know, for a little better performance. So yeah, but I mean, a revision is good. Now, like I said, they should have changed the display to probably about 8 inches, up a little bit more. You know, probably put like a little bit more RAM in it and keep pushing. You know, but you have to do a revision because of the competition. You know, you have to. You know, is you know, the competition is what drives the market. So, and performance matters. So you have to, you know, you have to you have to give your handhelds a little refresh, you know, to keep up with the demands of video games. Yep. Anyway, we got 3 comments here. Somebody said, let's see, you got 3 comments. One comment goes like this. Let's see if I can get this. Okay, here we go. It says 3 comments, but where's the other one? Oh, 3. It says here, the GPD Win 4. No, user said this. The GPD Win 4 will mainly receive a higher space Ryzen 8840U processor versus its current 7840U. But besides adding some AI hardware, the CPU should perform nearly identical. Then he says, it's the same AI hardware running at a higher clock. I can't imagine it mattering for a gaming handheld unless we start upscaling the techniques that use an NPU if present. Microsoft may do that, but it's still too early to say. And then Alvar said this. According to GPD, the 5-watt bump to USB 4/Thunderbolt charging port on the GPD G1 was so that the device could appropriately charge specific devices with higher demands. The watt bump to USB 4/Thunderbolt 4 charging port on the GPD G1 allows the device to charge specific device with higher power demand appropriately, like certain Microsoft Surface and laptop Lenovo. And then he said, Digital said this. I was surprised how well the 780M graphics hold up against the RX 580. Ancient Gameplay did a comparison. That said, it is still dog slow on modern games. So, no, that said, it is still dog slow on modern games. Some are running 30 FPS or slower on low settings. Well, look like they're gonna have to come out with a better version than what they just did. You know, especially if you're dealing with gaming. You know, because video games are so high demanding. Requires a lot of RAM, CPU power, all that to run. You know, so you can get a good experience. So maybe GPD will have to come off with something new after the 7840U. You know, probably release this to see what the feedback is going to be, and then make a change. Then make a change from there. But yeah, it look like they're going to have to do that in in the months, days, and weeks to come. We'll see what they do. But yeah. But they definitely got to upgrade the display though from a 6-inch. I think 8 is the standard. Remember, I think it was the One X and the OXO that came out with a 8-inch screen. Yeah, it looked like that's what they're gonna have to go to next. So we'll see what they do though. But they got that little sliding keyboard. It almost looked like a PSP. Almost. almost looked like a PSP, but they just got a sliding keyboard. They seized the opportunity on that. So yeah. So if you want to do some extra typing and sending emails and all that, so yeah. GPD, man. They went from a 70, what's this, a 7840U to a 8840U. Little bit more better performance, but then what about your screen size? You got to raise the bar on that. Anyway, anything else? And this, then they have the the G1. I think that's it. They went from a USB 4 to Thunderbolt. 160 watt TGP mode and a balanced 100 watts TGP mode. So that is for performance when it comes to as far as gaming is concerned. But we'll see what they do though after if they decide to improve things, But I think they're waiting for the response from their user base, and then see where they can go from there. But in today's video game market, communication is big. So these handheld manufacturers, they have to communicate with their users, see what their users are saying, and then use that feedback, and then try to improve things. But anyway, looks like they're trying to keep up with the times though by this move. So we'll see what they do as time goes on. Anyway, hope you enjoyed the video. Nice talking to you people again. Chris, still Star Wars and Star Trek thing, or Dark Side. I'm gone. Peace.